Hello and welcome. I've just finished a new feature for the infinite openings tool, which includes the door, window and the skylight. And this feature, as you can quite plainly see, is the ability to angle the mullions and transoms. It all happens quite quickly and easily through dynamic hotspots. So let's have a little fun with this and I'll demonstrate all its capabilities. Just going to the door tool now. I'm going to select this configuration and I'm going to set it back to its original setup. So this is our original configuration. It's just a double pivot door in a simple frame. However, now we want to make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll add back in some rows and columns. I'll just go fix that glass. Leave it on for now. So we've put in 4 columns and 5 rows. I'll turn on all the mullion and transom sections using the global feature. I'll then turn these controls off. Next thing we want to do is turn these equals off so that we can move the panels around. So now in the 3D view, we can adjust the transom and mullion positions using these dynamic hotspots. However, we now have a new feature that if we switch on here, gives us extra hotspots at the tops and at the ends so that we can vary the position between the top and the bottom or from one end to the other. We now have the ability to skew our mullions and transoms to whatever angle we choose. So I'm just going to play around a little bit here, create some sort of relatively interesting shape. From here, we can go back into the interface and we can start turning on and off sections of mullion and transom. So I'm going to create a point around here. So I'm going to turn off these 4 elements. So we'll also turn off that element there. So this is just having a little bit of fun. I could have done this anyway. So that's a bit of an interesting shape. We'll leave that there, that frame there for the sake of the door. We could turn that off. And this door still exists, but it's kind of floating in glass there. So we'll leave that frame back on. Okay, let's have a look at that in 3D. Looks quite nice, but you'll notice we need to clean up some of the intersections. So let's go have a look. I'm just going to set them all to mullion dominant. So that's how it would look if you did the whole thing mullion dominant. For these areas, we want to create nice corners. So let's go back in and do a bit more fine tuning. So if I turn that off, let's put a corner up here. Let's put a top edge on this one and on this one. Here we'll have it neutral, side edge on that, neutral again in this junction, bottom edge here, another bottom edge, neutral in this junction and neutral in these junctions in here. Okay, so now you can see we have it nicely framed. Actually, we've done something wrong there. So let's just go quickly back in. Select that one and that is a side. So now we have a nice clean series of intersections. We can however create a pattern that does have mullion and transom dominant intersections as you've seen. We won't necessarily always have a clean arrangement like this. Okay, with that done, let's go in and add some colour. Go to the glass. So if I want to change these 3 elements in here, it's going to be these 3 elements here. Turn that off first. Green, red, yellow. Have a look at that. 3D. Very nice. If we want to change this whole section down here, there'll actually be a few panes of glass that we need to change that. So let's just make this a jade. So you can see that panel is actually made up of these 3 lower pieces here. This one up here, quite like that jade. So I'll whack that in there too. Now if you want to fine tune it on the fly, that's not a problem. You can just start moving things around a little bit. Get a slightly different shape out of it. And even this can be brought down. Though it does create an interesting junction around that door. Okay, so that's basically how it works. I hope you all look forward to using it. We'll be mailing out the updates later this week, so you can all have a little fun. Thank you for watching.